Hello, everyone. I am with you all again on Global Women Dialogue podcast. In this series, we are bringing women from around the globe. Each time you're hearing from these women are speakers, those have gone through in their life with a lot of journey, lot of stories, lots of ups and downs. In the same way, they have reached on their platform, on their professional journey, in their life journey, where they want to be. So let's get ready to inspire and get motivated from our today's speaker, Doreen. She is connecting with us from North Carolina, from USA, and she is here with us to inspire and motivate us. And please welcome our today's speaker, Doreen. Welcome, Doreen, on our platform.
Hello, thank you for all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for connecting with me. I'm here in South Carolina, so this is just an amazing opportunity to come on your platform and just connect with women globally. And I just appreciate you so much for reaching out to me.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Doreen, as well, for finding time for sharing and inspiring and get ready to share your journey with our global audience. So Doreen, before we start, let's talk about you as a woman, as a person, who you are. Who is a Doreen?
Well, thank you so much for asking. My name is Coach Doreen Letsamree, marketplace ministry expert to high performing Christian women leaders ages 40 and over that are wanting to rise up to coach in the worldwide marketplace, unlocking the confidence inside you to overcome fear using key career, business, and ministry transitional skills to give you clarity of your mission, message, and mandate to boldly proclaim your faith while making profit in the worldwide marketplace. So I've actually been coaching for 12 years. I've been in marketplace ministry for 25 years. I started in 1996. I also was an educator for 19 years. So using this experience, using my transitional skills in career, in business, and ministry has allowed me to be in position and condition to unlock the confidence inside clients that work with me.
Wonderful, Doreen. And we are aware that you are having your own organization, which is called Divine uh, Connection Networks Association, something like that. Would you like to talk about it?
Absolutely. I am the CEO of Divine Connection Network Association. And you know what? Our mission, message, and mandate is to provide a platform for high performing women ages 40 and over to come and train. So to have that faith accountability partnership and have community and be able to train specifically on how to understand who you are as a kingdompreneur and how to position your business and leverage your business while making profit and still advance the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ is really paramount, because you want to have that sense of community, but you want to make sure it's a faith-based community, and you also want to get business training. So this is what we focus on. We focus on, spiritual development, professional development, business development, all while keeping in mind our self-care, because we can't give out what we don't have. And so if we're not physically, mentally, and emotionally stable, we as coaches that are rising up to do these things, if we're not taking care of ourselves, then we cannot be in position or condition to serve. So this is why Divine Connection Network Association is so important. All clients that coach with me, they are automatically put into the training portal and into the training classes that we have, in addition to coaching with me, because it's very important that we share, connect, and grow. I believe that if you connect with me as a coach, then it's my job to make sure that I cause you to elevate in every way possible. And so that's why I really love Divine Connection Network Association, which has been in existence since 2008. We have been going strong, and we are, of course, global. That's why I'm here. And so this is,
That's
this is an
wonderful,
amazing
Doreen.
opportunity.
That's wonderful. So, Doreen, you mentioned about your, you are working and you are passionate for women empowerment, women leadership development, and many more. So, how did this motivation and this passion come from? What is journey behind it?
Well, it all started with uh, me becoming an author. So in 2008, I released my first inspirational book called He's Worthy. It took me 8 years to write that book because I myself had to go on a mental and emotional healing journey. And it manifested itself in my literary work, which is based on poetry, complement with the word of God to bring back healing and salvation and deliverance. It brought that for my life and the readers' lives as well. And so I really wanted to start a business based on my book, He's Worthy. So I went downtown here to my local clerk of court to do all my paperwork. And then I just happened to ask her, I was like, okay, what do I do now? Because I knew it was more than just paperwork to start a business. And she was like, I don't know what you should do, but I can refer you to the Chamber of Commerce. So I went across the street and I asked them, but they didn't know either. So I was going back to my car and I was just feeling really confused. I was like, well, I know that this is what God had in my heart to do. So I don't understand why no one is able to help me. And so by the time I got in my car and put on my seatbelt, and the click of the seatbelt literally gave me a click in my spirit. The presence of God came so strong. It felt like he was there in the car with me. And I heard an audible voice say, Divine Connection Network. And it startled me because this never happened to me before. Right. And so I did not know what those words meant. And I literally said, what did you say? And then I heard it again, just in my heart this time. And it was so strong in my heart. I literally had to find an old piece of paper in my car and write the words down. I was in the car. This is a process that is going on in the car. I have not moved. I'm just in total awe of what's happening in this car. No one else is in the car with me, but it feels like someone is giving me specific instruction, and I've got this like ragged piece of paper trying to write down these instructions, trying to wrap my brain around what's happening. And needless to say, it took me a minute to wrap my brain around what was happening. But ever since that point in 2008, I have literally been divinely connected to various sources. For a long time, I traveled to Marlboro County, which is like about 30 minutes from where I live. And I got divinely connected with a program called the IDA program that I was able to go through to learn financial literacy and all kind of other things. Then I had to, for many years, like for 5 years straight, I went to Richmond Community College, where they had Pacific Small Business certifications that I was getting every time I went. So you have to do the work. I'm telling you this, ladies, because, success doesn't happen overnight. You have to be willing to put in the work. You can't sit and say, I don't know what to do. You can't sit and say, well, no one is here to show me. No one was there to show me either, but I was divinely connected in prayer and with my source, who is my ultimate businessman, who happens to be Jesus Christ. I allowed him to lead and guide and direct me through the good times and the bad times.
So Doreen, here you mentioned about your starting journey, about your professional career, how you built up your own work and business, and but you mentioned very strong point that success doesn't come by just sitting and thinking over it, but to have work, right? And when we talk about work, how does it seem like, what kind of challenges, what kind of things have gone through, maybe some ups and downs?
Absolutely. A lot of ups and downs, where I literally felt like my spirit had gotten broken in 2010. Because remember, I told you I was in the school system. So I had a full-time job. I was doing very well in the school system. Principals literally would request me to come and do what I do. But in 2008, I just felt in my spirit I was done. It was time to leave. But my business for 2008 to 2010 just seemed to just skyrocket. I just was on the top of the world. Wow. Well, in 2008, here in the United States of America, we had a recession. And literally within 3 days, I lost all my members. I lost all my coaching clients. I lost all my money. I've had to cancel events. I was in talks with Affleck to have insurance for my members. I had to stop those talks. They had already agreed, and we was about to sign the contract that Affleck would be our primary medical benefits for those that are in membership. And I had to stop those talks. Right. That was just so devastating to me. I was in a state of darkness and confusion, and my spirit almost broke. I could feel it crumbling, but thank God it did not break all the way, because I just did not understand what was happening. If I'm doing what you're telling me to do, and I thought for a long time I had done something wrong, right? And I would still get calls from people. This was after months and months of this going on, because I had to go back to work. Obviously, my children were small at that time. This is a long time ago, so my children were very small at that time, and I had to go back to work for us to be sustainable. And so people would still call me and say, "Are you doing business?" They would still ask me questions, and I would basically was coaching for free. I was coaching because I didn't understand. I was just so thankful that somebody was calling me in the midst of this darkness and confusion. I didn't even think about charging or trying to revitalize at that point. And I'm just being honest. I was just such in a hurt place. I just didn't think about it. Right. And so I did what I do. I coached. And this went on for a while, but I found out that it was a setup for more success. Because keep in mind, I've had no formal education. I have no degree at this point. I'm actually teaching school with no degree. No degree, no certification. All I have is the call of my life to do it and the grace to do it. And that's what I was doing for 19 years. Right. In 2013, God impressed on my spirit to go back to school after 20 years of trying to get all my paper, all of my degrees that I now have. Failing, not understanding math, being afraid of algebra, because you have to keep in mind, in my time period coming up, we didn't have to learn that stuff in school. We just learned basic arithmetic and reading. Right. And then even that, no human person has ever taught me how to read. So that in itself set me back. So just going through that for 20 years of constantly failing, getting up and failing. But finally in 2013, I graduated with Phi Theta Kappa honors. Then I got a scholarship. I was paid to go to school, which was totally crazy. I was selected by the college to get, and I received the money to go further my education. In 2016, I graduated cum laude. I've gotten other education through certifications. And it just is amazing how what I thought was such a terrible time was actually a time of preparation for me to be able to be at the level of coaching that I am now. And so I hope this is helping someone that you probably feel like, I'm in a dark space. I have no idea what's going on, and I did everything right. Usually that's a sign of preparation to see if you're going to quit.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a very strong point when you mentioned that somebody's in the dark, maybe in the moment or in the time or in the phase, and taking it a step back and think it's a preparation for the next moment of which is bright and glowing and promising. So Doreen, you mentioned very confidently and very strongly how it seems like what kind of mean of being successful and what means to be in a dark phase. But coming out is definitely, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of motivation. What motivation was always behind that?
Confidence. That's my whole mission, message, and mandate, is to tell the women to unlock the confidence on the inside of you. If you don't have confidence and don't know how to unlock it, to actually tap into it and actually use it, then you're just going to remain stuck in that box. Right. You're not going to be able to burn the box of fear. You're not going to be able to burn the box of uncertainty. You're not going to be able to burn the box of self-doubt. all
Mhm.
these boxes that situations and circumstances have pressed us down in, we have been called to burn them, to arise and shine. So
Mhm.
confidence is the beginning point for me in my own personal life. And as many women around the world can relate to that, that if you don't have confidence, you are literally stopped and stuck in fear, because confidence is related to faith, and faith is related to confidence. And we know without faith, it's impossible to move forward. You have to have confidence. And where does that confidence come in? Yourself?
Yeah.
No, for me, it comes from my ultimate businessman, which happens to be Jesus Christ. My confidence, I draw strength from that to be able to move forward, because believe me, there are some days I don't want to give a yes.
Mhm.
There are some days I don't want to show up,
Mhm.
because it's not easy being in the forefront. It's not easy carrying such a heavy mantle. We know that who much is given, much is required. And that's easy said than done. When you're actually walking that thing out, it can get a little heavy, and then you can start feeling the weight of it. And some days
Mhm.
you're going to be like, I don't want to do this. And
Right.
you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with and have that dialogue. And for me, that's through prayer, to help me learn how, regardless of how I feel, regardless of what it's looking like, regardless of what it feels like, I still have to do what I've been asked to do.
Right.
And that's not always easy.
Yeah. So here you brought about a point where somebody feels down, but how they can overcome, how what kind of things they should carry in their mind, in their heart, to come out from that situation. So when we talk about it, you do coaching, you do work with a lot of people, with a lot of women especially. Uh, do you have something to share? How you change someone's life? What kind of thing when it comes to you, and what kind of things when they go back after your coaching?
Yeah, when clients come to me, we do a module. I have a curriculum called Leaders Rising to Coach. You're right, your Leaders Rising. You're rising up to coach mentoring program. And so this is a
Mhm.
curriculum for confident women. If you're starting a business or you're seasoned in business, but you want to take your business to the next level. So when a
Right.
woman comes to me, the first thing we do in the module number one is we lay a firm foundation. So
Mhm.
I am a master builder. We can't lay a firm foundation without a blueprint. So what
Right.
we do is we go through the module and we develop a blueprint. We look
Mhm.
at the specific things that we're going to do in the module, and then we begin to lay the foundation, because
Mhm.
without a firm foundation, your business is not going to be sustainable. And I'm not talking about the visible things that you see, your Facebook, your social
Right.
media, your TikTok, your podcast. All that is frills and bells and whistles. My
Mhm.
specialty is making sure that your procedures, your policies, your systems are in place, making sure that you are legal. There's
Right.
91% of business women that are not even certified registered businesses in the United States of America. We have
Mhm.
to be able to position ourselves, be in position and condition to receive the tax benefits that we have the right to receive for our
Right.
businesses. And so
Mhm.
if you're not structured correctly, you have no idea what that even is. So
Right.
my job is to make sure that your structure is in place, your policies are in place, your procedures, your onboarding. What do you even do when you meet someone? Are you telling them
Right.
about your podcast? Are you telling them about what they are going to benefit from? Are you
Right.
shifting the conversation to what all about you? Are you shifting the conversation to, what can I do to serve you? And
Right.
so that's what I do in my coaching. I listen to the
Right.
women that come to me with the Unlock What's Inside You
Mhm.
assessments. They go through several assessments before they even get to me, so that when you
Right.
come to me, even though I have a curriculum in place, I
Yep.
customize it specifically
Mhm.
for you to unlock what's inside you. Not
Right.
Sally, not
Mhm.
uh Patrice, but you. Because too many times we're looking at what everybody else is doing, and we're not unlocking what's
Mm.
inside of you.
Right. So, Doreen, here you mentioned about structure. And I think when we talk about structure, it is something we have to apply, whether it's our professional or personal life. We need structure everywhere. Do you agree with that? If you, what way one can do that?
Well, for business structure, here again, I go back to the building principle. I think a lot, this is what I've seen over the last years I've been doing this. So many times women are focused on the outward things that they see, the podcast, the social media, the TikTok, and all of these bells and whistles. But when I talk with them, there's no foundation. There was not even no blueprint. You didn't even take the time to really sit and brainstorm it out, going through every process. Too many women just want to make the money and you don't want to go through the process. I'm going to say it again. It's tight, but it's right. We're going after the dollar, but you don't want to sit and do what you're telling your client to do. I'm telling my client that they got to do the work. Well, Doreen has had to do the work for 25 years, and I got the proof that I put in the work for the last 25 years. So this stuff doesn't happen overnight. You must understand that because I put in the work, I will reap what I have sown. So my question to you is, what are you sowing?
Right. So when we are talking all about to the especially women, those are our audience or who are listening, many times they found some similar situation as you mentioned about your own life, about your own challenges. What one thing, as you mentioned, confidence, but a part of confidence, what one thing is additionally they should have when they want to come out from such situation, especially when we are talking in current scenario where we are seeing job losses, financially and socially and economically stressed. What kind of thing they require, how they can come out?
Yes, so you have to look at what's already in your hand. That's why my coaching is based on your transitional skills that you already have on the inside of you, that you're currently working, so to speak, with your hand. What's in your hand that you can use to make money? We can't wait on the economy to get straightened out. No, I have the key to unlock the profit that's on the inside of me, because all of us have something we can do to make money. So what we have to do in the coaching is really analyze those transitional skills, key transitional skills. Let's look at your career. Let's look at what you've done in business, or what you want to think about doing in business. Let's look at what you may be doing in ministry. What are you doing in your church? What did you do in your volunteer work? What missions have you supported? Let's look at these things and compare these three lists to determine the key transitional skills. And then let's use that as a blueprint or a guide to start building out your own coaching business. Because if you can work for other people and train other people, then if you build it out correctly, you yourself can become a coach and help other people and advance them while you're advancing yourself. And that is what I am called to do. I specifically work with high performing Christian women that are 40 and over, rising to coach. We're looking at these transitional skills. Maybe you was in hospice and you was a grief counselor. Okay. Maybe you are in ministry and you're a pastor. Okay. What if you were going out and doing something in your business, maybe before you were selling, paparazzi? Let's look at all of these things and bring together the commonality, and let's look at how we can take that as a springboard or as a blueprint or as an outline to build a coaching business.
So, Doreen, here you mentioned about coaching business, and very strongly you try to empower and motivate 40 and plus women in this business. Talking all about it's requires in this stage when they have women, those are in that particular shape or line. What it takes to them to come into that. Again, I'm trying to make it more in depth how they can get that into business, and when they are getting into that, what kind of expectation, what kind of thing they should be having it beforehand when they are getting into their in the coaching business.
You're gonna have to have a committed yes. You are gonna have to have a committed yes. We are gonna have to burn the box and the misconception that we can still stay in this hem-haw situation.
Mhm.
5 years, I'm hemming and hawing. And we 10 years has gone past. Well, and you still talking about, well, I don't know. And 20, I've talked to women 20 years. One of my coaching clients, she was a pastor, she is a pastor, and she's telling me for 20 years,
Right.
20, she wanted to do this particular thing. And I'm like, you have met the right coach. Within 3 months, not only did she create a conference, I created her a business, showed
Mhm.
her how to monetize the business, did the structuring. We outlined the workshops. We outlined the how we was going to promote it. Come on now. We can't keep hemming and hawing.
Mhm.
And I tell every client, once you give me a yes, and it's a committed yes, we get into work. We get to work
Right.
immediately. We're
Right.
not waiting. Well,
Mm.
I've got to wait till the magazine come out because I'm a publisher of my own magazine. No, ma'am. Oh, I got to wait to this. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're not waiting on nothing because once I get the yes, see, I'm the coach. I already know where I'm taking you. That's my
Right.
job. That's my
Yeah.
job. I'm the
Right.
visionary. I'm the coach. My job is to take you from point A to point B to point C and let you see yourself
Mhm.
moving. That's why I
Right.
do milestone checklists with my clients so that they can see that as they are telling me yes, as they continue to commit, they're moving. Now, some of
Right.
them get afraid because they didn't know that they had all this greatness on the inside of them, to be honest with
Right.
you, and they
Right.
want to shrink back. But
Mhm.
as a coach, I can't let you shrink back and go back into the box and rebuild
Right.
the box. Because see, I burn boxes for a bit of a
Mm.
living. So your box is
Mhm.
totally burnt when you work with me. But you want to
Right.
resurrect the box because
Mhm.
you feel like, oh, I've never done this before. It's new territory for you.
Mhm.
So I try to what I do is I work with the clients and let them tell me how they're feeling. Most of the
Mhm.
time, it's uncomfortable to grow.
Mhm.
And when you don't kind of see what I'm showing you immediately, you're like, I don't know if I want to go through that door. We unlocked it, but I don't know if I want to go through the door. Because it's a difference between unlocking and
Yeah.
then going through the door.
Right.
There's a
Mhm.
difference. So a lot of them get to the point where they're unlocking what's inside, and then they see it and like, I didn't know I could do all this. Oh my God, you're bringing me, Doreen, you got me doing what? Like the 20 women in my
So,
anthology.
Doreen, I want to hold you for a while when you are giving me such, magical expression, like when they feel like, wow. Okay, when we talk about such kind of journey and where your clients or individuals who comes and work with you feel successful, feel path is more clear and proper, having their vision and
Mhm.
mission. Uh, what kind of message would you like to give to our audience, and especially uh, the women who do feel they don't have voice, or who feel they are nowhere at this moment?
The message I would like to give you is confident women rise.
Wonderful.
Confident women rise. It is time
Wonderful.
for you to arise and shine, for the glory of the Lord is upon you. That is the mission, message, and mandate. And to be honest with you, it's not up for discussion because you have the key to unlock what's inside you. Confident women rise. I didn't ask you if you felt confident. I didn't ask you if you looked confident. I'm telling you who you are. Confident women rise. And that's what I would like to leave with the ladies today.
Beautiful, beautiful. Confident women rise, and I will add
Yes.
shine. So when we talk about confident women rise and shine, how you see the women dialogue, and how we are playing a role in this in global level.
Yeah, absolutely. Women dialogue is just that, when women around the world can come together and say, you know what, in spite of how I feel, in spite of what I'm going through, I make a decision to be a confident woman rising. I make a decision to share my story on this amazing international platform, because they could have stayed home, but they made a decision to come and show up on Women Dialogue. They made a decision to be vulnerable on Women Dialogue. They made a decision to share, connect, and grow on Women Dialogue. So you can't go wrong. When you make those yes decisions, you're unlocking what's inside you. So this has been amazing.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for sharing those, your emotions, your feeling and faith and belief on the Women Dialogue and with us. Again, I would like to tell our all audience, as you hear from our today's speaker, Doreen, she is a coach. She empower you, motivate you, as well as you can hear how you can unlock yourself and have confidence and shine and rise in your life. So I believe you will take this message for today. And if you would like to get more information, connect with Doreen. We will put her details in description as well. And if you are hearing from us and you would like to hear some specific stories, put in a comment so we can bring such kind of stories to motivate you, to inspire you, to grow together, to develop together. For that is our message for today. I hope you will take it in as same way as we are trying to build it. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.